Hey, Ball State fans, Ball State 6 games through the books here on Ball State football with head coach Mike New talking a little bit of Vanderbilt and week 7 of the year. Coach, big win against Kent State. Have you seen the team respond early this week so far?
Yeah, I think just getting back to work, man. Still, there's a handful of things on our end that we're still working hard to get cleaned up so that, we can eliminate that and making sure that the details and the little things that it takes to be successful week in, week out, we got to make sure we handle those.
One thing on the detail side of things, it was in the rain against Kent State. I think it's a good story to tell, but you'd mentioned Tucker Dunn came off to you and talked to you about a specific moment of that game that was a turning point.
That was a huge play, if not the biggest play in that game for us. When we sent that field goal unit out there, we got the lead 27-21. Obviously, if they hit that, we can both do the math. It's a 9-point lead, and at that time, it just started to rain pretty heavy there. So just that whole operation, Tucker mentioned that being the wettest ball that he's ever snapped, and obviously Brian did a great job of holding it, and Jackson absolutely nailed that thing. And then obviously sometimes when you're on the field goal block unit, you're going, man, this is the one we can get. The ball might come off low in the rain, whatever, but the protection was as good as any time throughout that whole day. And then obviously the execution piece was really awesome.
Mike, in that game, 7 sacks, we talked a little bit about that earlier this week, but when you talk about the protection that the defensive backs gave the defensive line a chance to get to the rush, it seemed like everything was lining up to where the D-line could get to the quarterback.
Yeah, no question. It goes hand in hand. It's a great point that you mentioned there. When guys are getting sacks up front, that's because guys are doing a great job on the back end. So, and then obviously, when we're not getting sacks, can somebody do their job just a little bit better, a little bit more detailed on the back end? So it all works together when you talk about playing great team defense or great team football. But it was great to see that kind of production, having 7 sacks, several guys being involved with that. Berger having a career day with 3 sacks. That was awesome. Those guys have worked extremely hard, and to see that production that way is a lot to really something we can build on.
You look at Vanderbilt, what do you see?
This is a team that's playing really high-level football right now. They're the story of college football, and when I look at them and you watch that tape, they're doing the little things extremely well in order to give yourself a chance to win, starting with taking care of the football. They're +6 in turnover margin. They've turned that into 37 points that they have scored off turnovers, and their opponents have scored 0 off turnovers. That's because they do not turn the ball over. That 1 fumble, 1 interception on the year. The quarterback is a special player, man. He plays the position like a linebacker or like the state champion wrestler that he was from high school. He's just got some swagger about himself, some toughness, and you can see that oozes out amongst that whole football team in all 3 phases. And obviously I got a lot of respect for Coach Lee. He's coaching at his alma mater, and the moves and what he did this offseason to attack, making improvements to his roster and making some adjustments to his coaching staff. Obviously, it's awesome to see what that's how that's paid off for him. But it's going to be a great challenge for us. Obviously, we're excited about that. But they're certainly the story of college football, and justifiably so, because of the way they're playing and taking care of the little things and the details.
Sam, this is your first year of college football. How have you been able to adjust to it so far?
It's been good. It was hard at the start, but my attitude coming in was just work hard on every single play, and eventually something good will happen.
You started seeing a lot of time on special teams first. How have you taken that by the reins and made that something that you're proud of?
Well, special teams has always been my thing, even during high school. That's all I got on the field. It was a clear set path for me. I knew if I was going to be starting anything, it was special teams, and I'll do it. I like it.
You've been able to work with special teams coordinator Corey Conley, defensive coordinator Jeff Knowles. How have you been able to work with those 2 coaches to make your game better?
They work with me all day, every day. They make sure I'm up on my grades and all that, but especially in the in the film room and all that, they make sure I get all my stuff done, make sure I know everything, because I'm a little behind on stuff. I don't know, because I was originally a linebacker, so when I came in I was learning all linebacker stuff, and then I moved to rush, so I'm starting to learn all that now, but it's going good. They've done a terrific job.
Mooch, you've been able to see what this team's done through 6 games, especially in the offensive end. How have you seen this offense develop this year?
This offense developed great. Early, just trying to figure everything out. Summer camp, coming into the season, I think everyone just working together. The tough games, everyone resiliency. Just keep on fighting until the very whistle. These young guys stepped up huge. These old guys, I think it's just a great combination of just working together and figuring it all out.
John, how have you seen this run offense from a blocking standpoint continue to improve this year?
I think it improved well, just trying to figure out what worked. Just heavy gap scheme, a lot of inside zone runs, a lot of old guys just taking it, and then, Caden doing a great pointing seeing a lot of new looks on defense, a lot of just safeties and run defenses. So just figuring all that out, figuring out what worked, and now I think we're getting the ball rolling. I think it's looking great.
How about from a passing standpoint? How are you seeing that offensive line work from a pass game?
It looks great. Just Coach Johnson doing a great job every week, just helping us ID the points, looking at stunts, pickups, and Saman's, just slinging and dealing it. Tanner doing his job. The receivers doing a great job. Just everyone is working together. So I think offense, receiving and run threat is looking really amazing.